Reach came out. My twin brother and I had played through all the Halo campaigns together, so of course we had to get the newest one. Unfortunately, our mom wouldn't buy it for us when it came out, so we had to wait for the Black Friday sale at Walmart. We saved up some cash from mowing the next door neighbor's lawn. A new family had just moved in a few weeks prior, and even though they apparently had a son I had never seen, he wouldn't do it, and the father was too busy at work all the time. On Black Friday, we drove over to Walmart and fought through the ridiculous crowds to get to where they had games. Before we got there, my brother somehow got into a conversation with a girl from our high school. They talked for at least 5 minutes, making me irritated with him for spending so much time and energy trying to get with her. Our stated mission was to get in, buy Halo Reach, then get out and go home to play the whole campaign in one sitting, not bragging about doing yard work and asking for phone numbers. I kept trying to pull my brother away, but we got annoyed with each other. I was getting impatient, but I was also stepping on his game. He eventually handed me his share of the cash and told me to just go get the game myself and meet me back at the same spot. I couldn't stand listening to my brother talk about shared algebra teachers and house parties, so I went my own way. I weaved through the people and took a copy of the Halo Reach case off the shelf, then got in line at the electronics register to pay and actually get the disc. Right after I got in line, I noticed somebody get in line behind me. Soon after, I felt them breathing down my neck, like they were looking over my shoulder. I turned around, about to tell them to get out of my personal space, but I bit my tongue when I saw the guy. He was built like a linebacker, but as if all that extra mass was straight bone. I eventually managed to ask if I could help him, and he took a few seconds to formulate a response. "That's a co-op game," he said. I replied that I knew that, and I was going to play with my brother. Then, the guy shook his head and told me I should play with him instead. He started bragging how he'd beat every Halo game on Legendary, but of course, so had I. His face turned red, and he lied quite obviously about beating them with all the skulls on, which makes the game 10 times harder. I called him out for making things up. Then suddenly, he grabbed my wrist and squeezed me so hard that it cut off the circulation. He pulled me in right up to his face and growled the words, "Play with me." I was about to shout for help, but just then, I heard the voice of the cashier call out to us. He was half yelling to break up the scuffle and half just trying to keep the line moving, but I was fully thankful for him. While we had been talking, all the people ahead of me in line had gone through, so after the brute dropped my hand, I walked up and paid for the game. During the entire transaction, I felt him breathing down my neck again, but this time, he was literally fuming. I was scared he might do something like grab the disc right after I bought it and snap it in half, or worse, snap my neck. After I had the game in the bag, I turned around and looked at the guy before walking away. That's when I noticed there was nothing in his hands. It hit me that he was never waiting in line to buy anything. He was only there to talk to me the entire time. I took a step back and he took a step forward. I started to turn and walk away, but he was already following me. I panicked and burst out into a full sprint. I bumped into several people and got sworn at for yelling a bunch, but I managed to get away around a few corners. Then I found my brother. He was still talking to the girl, but when he saw my face, his mood changed. I told him we needed to go, and thankfully, he'd finally gotten her number, so I was able to get him away from her. In the car, I told him about what happened, but he didn't quite get the extent of it. He didn't give me a hard time though. I guess he was on cloud 9 from the combo of getting a girl's number and being minutes away from playing a new Halo game. As soon as we got home, we booted it up and started making our way through the campaign. Night fell about halfway through, so I got up in between missions to close the blinds so nobody could see in. I looked across the gap to the new next door neighbor's house, seeing that there was a light on in a window. And under that light was that same brutish creep that grabbed me at Walmart. My heart sank. That was the neighbor's kid? The whole time I thought he was an adult. Even through the window, I could see the rage in his face watching my brother and I play together. I snapped the blinds closed and went back to the game, trying to forget about him. Unfortunately, for the next year and a half, I was tormented by that freak. He never did anything, but he watched me from his house like a hawk, day and night. I asked my mom about him, and she said after talking with the mother, she learned her son had been banned from his previous school district for severe anger management problems, forcing them to move to a different county and enroll him in a specialized school to help him with it. I guess it was working, because I could see in his eyes the brutal violence he was barely holding back.